Alright guys, we're going to do some basic 2D shape revision first of all. So the first shape we've got there is a rectangle. Remember to think about what the properties of a rectangle are. So it has 4 sides. So it's a 4-sided shape, quadrilateral. There we go. Has 4 angles and they're equal. And each angle is a right angle. 1, 2, 3, 4. And interestingly, in a rectangle, as you should hopefully already know, opposite sides are equal. That's how you tell the difference between a rectangle and a square. In a square, all sides are equal. In a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. So if you have a look at our rectangle here, that side should be exactly the same as that side. So the 2 sides are parallel. Likewise with the top and the bottom. The top is parallel and the same as the bottom. Alright, let's rub all that out and let's have a look at another basic 2D shape just to revise the properties. Let's do a square. That's better. Yep. There we go. Alright, so we have a basic square. Whilst I'm writing down the properties, to see if you can say them out loud before I even get them all written down. Because you should know this by now. So a square has 4 sides. One, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 angles, which are all equal, and they are right angles. And let's see them. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And with a square, all sides are equal. Remember, that's that difference between a square and a rectangle. In a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. In a square, all sides are equal. And for those of you who would like a bit of a brain stretch, can you tell me what is the sum total of the angles of a square or a rectangle? The answer is 360 degrees. Next basic shape to look at. Oof, not in yellow. Yikes, that's better. Dragging off our triangle. We're going to go into more depth about triangles in a minute, but let's look at a basic triangle first. So again, a triangle basic shape has got 3 sides. And 3 angles. So let's have a look at where those sides are. 1, 2, and 3. And it has 3 angles. And the sum total of the angles of a triangle, does anyone know? That's right, that's 180 degrees. No matter what triangle it is, if it's a scalene, an equilateral, or an isosceles triangle, or a right angle triangle, they're always 180 degrees. All right, let's rub that out, and let's look at one more basic shape. Let's pull a circle out. There's not many properties to a circle, so this won't take too long. So this is obviously a circle. Oof, that's thick, but never mind, we'll work with it. The total angles of a circle is always 360 degrees, so it's a revolution. And it has one continuous side that goes all the way around. That's a circle. All right, so let's have a look at how do we draw some 2D shapes. So we've had a look at the basic 2D shapes. Now I'm going to show you how to draw 3 less common 2D shapes. The first one is a pentagon. The easy way to remember a regular pentagon is it kind of looks like a house, the outline of a house. So you've got the base of the house and then you draw the roof on. What it's actually made up of is a rectangle and a triangle. The pentagon has got, who can tell me how many sides? Yep, it's got 5 sides. Oops, let's rub that out. That's a typographical error. That's 5 sides. Let's see where those sides are. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There are also 5 angles. And let's check out where those are. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? All right, next shape we're going to draw. Let's rub this out. Rub, rub, rub. Okay, so our next shape is a hexagon. When you're drawing a hexagon, it's really important. Let's just write that word down first so I know what we're doing. Hexagon, okay. It's really important when you're drawing a hexagon to try and keep your sides fairly similar. Okay, so start at one point. Put the 2 sides of the triangle, 2 sides of the rectangle, and back to the 2 sides of a triangle. That's the way I look at it. Triangle on top, rectangle in the middle, triangle on the bottom. Okay? Has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 angles. And let's have a look at where those are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So remember, triangle on the top, rectangle in the middle, triangle on the bottom. All right, let's have a look at the last one I want to show you, and that's an octagon. Oct, a little bit of English here, oct is the root word for 8. So an octagon, if it has that oct word, it should have 8 sides. So like an octopus has 8 legs. There you go, and it means 8. Bit of literacy for you in a maths lesson. All right, so when you're drawing an octagon, think of a 50-cent piece. A 50-cent piece is an octagon. Okay, so you put your square bit flat, then you go down. Try and do the sides at the same time so you can get an idea and make them the same. And then flat on the bottom. Okay? So an octagon is a 50-cent piece. That's the easiest way to explain it. Flat on the tops. Sort of diagonally down and then flat in the middle. It has 8 sides. And 8 angles. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alrighty, next we're going to look at how to tell the different triangles apart. Alrighty guys, so the 3 main types of triangles I'll talk you through now are the equilateral triangle, a scalene triangle, and an isosceles triangle. Equilateral is the most common one people draw. It has 3 equal sides and 3 equal angles. We just use those markings to show equal. And the sum total of the angles for a triangle, can you remember? 180 degrees. Good job. There's your 3 angles. So everything is equal on an equilateral triangle. The next one we're going to look at is the scalene triangle. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry, it's an isosceles triangle. Well done, me. Apologies for that, guys. Bit of a boo-boo. All right. So with an isosceles triangle, you have got 2 sides that are equal. And the third one is usually a different one. That's how you get that sort of scooped out look. The angles of an isosceles triangle are, of course, 180 degrees. And the third triangle we're going to look at is a scalene triangle. And it's easy to remember a scalene triangle because nothing is equal in it. The sides aren't the same, the angles aren't the same, nothing is equal. But the angles should still equal 180 degrees when you add them up. So nothing is equal in a scalene.